Hey, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your tarot reading for whenever you find it. Timing is divine, so this reading is timeless, but the energy I'm working in is October 2024. So Aquarius, I'm going to do a life path reading with you using the Star Tarot, and then I'm going to get clarifiers with the Santa Muerta deck, and then I will pull an oracle card with the Halloween oracle, and then I will get some runes at the end. So the energy that you are working with, Aquarius, is the Five of Pentacles. Again, we'll get clarifiers for these, but this is a feeling of maybe being expelled, left out in the cold, excluded in some way, or changing your value system, changing something that, changing the way that you look at things, basically. All right. Your path goes Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant to the Six of Cups, and it leads to King of Swords, Ten of Cups, Justice. I love this. And your advice card is Princess of Cups. Beautiful. All right. So Five of Pentacles, you know, the fives is where we make adjustments and changes, where we see that we're a little bit lost in some energy. And this is the energy of Pentacles. So this is your earth energy, your body, your physical, something in your physical environment, right? This could be relationships, community, like I said, but it could also have to do with your finances or your property, something like that. There's a need to make adjustments. So it feels like you're navigating change in some way. And it's maybe a little bit scary for you, right? With the fives, the secret is to pray or to meditate or to practice yoga or walk in nature, whatever it is that you can do to connect with your gods, guides, and guards. Because in the fives, that's when we're starting to feel so separate from spirit that we can't see our way out. You know, it's like that Anna Nalick song, Breathe. And the line goes something like, there's a light at the end of this tunnel. You shout because you're just as far in as you'll ever be out. And these mistakes you've made, you'll just make them again if you only try turning around. It's a feeling of 0 is source and 10 also is source. So 5 is as far away from source as you can be at either end. You're in the middle of the tunnel. And you can go forward or you can go back the other way. Either way, you can't avoid facing what it is you need to face and walking through the fear and whatever change needs to take place right now. This feeling of being left out in the cold for some of you beautiful Aquarians is being broken up with or kicked out of your house or losing something, you know, feeling rejected. And that happens in order to show you that you don't need a thing, that you don't need a person, that you don't need a resource, right? It's kind of like the bird getting kicked out of the nest, basically, to show you that you can fly, and it's necessary. I don't raise birds, but I have birds right outside my window, and I see them all the time. The baby birds follow the mommy and daddy birds around, and they feed them for a time, but after a while, they stop feeding them. And it's really hard for me to watch because the babies just don't understand it and they follow and follow and follow. And that's just the feeling that I'm getting here, is that spirit is like, no, feed yourself. And now you're probably not a baby bird, and I'm not trying to belittle where you are on your path, but we are always ascending, and ascension is never easy. So I feel that you're in a phase of your ascension where it's particularly challenging in some area. And Spirit wants you to know, you know, I'm just getting this message. Spirit wants you to know that Spirit is empowering you with whatever it is that's happening. So, okay. And then your path, 10 of Pentacles, Hierophant, 6 of Cups. So Hierophant is just, you know what? It's just what I was just talking about. Hierophant is your bridge to God, your bridge to source. You know, a lot of people go to the Hierophant or the Pope which is all, it's often called the Pope in other cards, or the Papas in other cards, in order to connect to spirit. But the truth about that is you do not need to go to church. You do not need to go to a shaman or a priestess or anything outside of yourself to connect with God. In fact, if you do that, you're giving your power away. And so you're not really connecting with God, because the door to spirit and the door to your connection with spirit opens inward into you, right? And that's what this beautiful Hierophant is telling you. He's pointing to the heart. He's pointing to your heart and saying, if you want to navigate this labyrinth and find your true self, your higher self, that star in the middle, you have to follow your heart, and you have to connect with spirit from within. Yeah. So there you go. But you have the Ten of Pentacles. What a beautiful, what a beautiful path that you're on. You're on a path of creating a lasting legacy for many of you Aquarians, a path of creating a happy home and family, a life that, feels safe. You have the key here, and secure because it's contained here, and filled with bliss because you have the beautiful flowers there. But this card always reminds me that every rose has its thorn. You can see these hearts all have like thorns sticking out of them. And it's just a little reminder that there is always a thorn. There is always something, right? So it just feels like you're kind of dealing with that something. Yeah. And I feel that because the Ten of Pentacles is at the beginning of your reading, the Ten of Cups is later. This is really good. The ending is so good. And again, that Hierophant energy, that call to connect to spirit, to open your crown chakra, to receive those messages, get out in nature if you can, but just go within and meditate, or have a moment of silence, or even a day of silence, or just breathe, mindful breathing. There's a lot of different tools that we use, but the Hierophant is saying, follow your heart, what works for you, what brings you peace, right? He's also pointing at this dove of peace. What brings you peace will connect you to spirit. And spirit is definitely calling you to connect, because the Hierophant doesn't come out all that often. And that's basically the message here. So spirit is open to connect to you. Spirit is open to hear your prayers, to answer your prayers, to co-create with you, to work with you. Yeah. And then the Six of Cups. This is your inner child. This is the energy of, I always wanted to do this. I forgot about this. I forgot about this about myself. Remembering yourself. Soul retrieval for some of you. And it doesn't have to be a formal kind of soul retrieval. This could be pieces of you that you're reconnecting with. Pieces of you that you are literally remembering. Remembering is putting members of yourself back together. An arm is a member, a finger is a member, right? Like a congregation, an individual is a member of a church type of thing, right? So your inner child is a member of your truth, of your authentic self. And I just feel this for you. This isn't always the meaning of the Six of Cups, but I'm really getting this kind of whatever it is that you've gone through or are going through is leading you on a path that along the way you're picking up pieces of yourself. The sixes also bring blessings. On the original six, which is the Lover's card in the major arcana, you have an angel above you showering blessings down upon you, right? And that's very much the vibe we're getting here. I mean, you're literally riding a rainbow pony or unicorn in the stars, in the sky, over lotuses of peace, even higher than the sun of peace or of joy and bliss. So this is just a real hopeful, optimistic, youthful energy of reconnecting with yourself. And I feel that you do that when you reconnect with spirit. And I wouldn't normally say reconnect with spirit. That just came out. For some of you, I feel like you've lost touch with spirit. And I'm seeing this because you have this rainbow down here at the bottom, like the Hierophant's cloak. And here it's at the bottom of this card. So once you ascend to this point, you just shoot way up high into your skies. Spirit is just waiting to lift you, basically. Gosh, this is sounding like a sermon. Like there's a lot of religious kind of overtones in this reading, and I am not a religious person. I avoid religions, but I'm really getting that strongly. So for some of you Aquarians, you may be dealing with some type of religious issues, a congregation, like getting kicked out of a congregation, right? That's great. Spirit is saying that gets in the way. The Pope or the priest will get in the way of you connecting with God. They're made to do that, right? So yeah, I'm just getting that for some of you beautiful Aquarians. And then your path leads to the King of Swords. This is so promising. The King of Swords, which is sovereignty in your life, ultimate authority in your life, ultimate clarity, connection with the Most High. The Ten of Cups, this is all your hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. And justice. As you give, so you receive. Heart being light as a feather. Karma, finally coming around. Things being made right decisions on your behalf. I really feel that the end of this month, wherever you are in time, right? This reading is for a month out. The end of this month, this path is leading you to, and I wanted to say victory, but I couldn't, because this happens within you. This is inward, this sense of relief and the sense of gratitude. There's a lot of gratitude with the Ten of Cups. This is the Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card to have. This is security and love and all the beautiful, things that you create when you work hard. Physically, physical manifestation. But the Ten of Cups is your physical manifestation and also your heart's truest desire. It's as if something that you have in the physical world now is something that you wished for a long time, or you worked for a long time. But it's not everything. It's not all that even once you get it, right? You realize, oh, maybe I didn't want that, or, oh, it's not what I thought it would be. It's not that big of a deal. I'm used to it now. The Ten of Cups is just something that fills your heart and just makes your heart sing, raises your spirit to a level that you've never had before. Your cup runs over, really, really happy. And the King of Swords with the Justice. When these two come out together in a reading, this is a ruling in a court of law, by a judge, by an arbitrator, by the government, a governmental body, by a school, by any kind of committee in your favor. Absolutely, justice is done in your favor. People seeing your point of view, people seeing your perspective, you being vindicated in some way, right? And that is beautiful. So if you have something like that going on, please let me know in the comments. I'm very interested to know what that's all about. And then the Princess of Cups. This is your advice card. And this is saying, follow your heart, follow your bliss, follow your peace. In spite of the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant are very traditional types of energy. These are things that might hold you down, even weigh you down, because this is what you're expected. This is how you're expected to live, who you're expected to be with, what you're expected to do with your life, how you're expected to act. It's expectations, it's societal pressures being put on us in some way, even if they're not externally being exerted upon us in our life. We may be perceiving these expectations, right? Or this kind of traditional format that we're somehow supposed to fit into, right? So this is saying, free yourself from that. Let yourself go. Walk away from what feels a little bit like a prison or a self-imposed limitation. Even if you don't know what's on the other side, if bliss and happiness are not on this side, then go check out the other side, and I'm not saying the grass is greener on the other side. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying your advice is to follow your heart and free yourself. Choose this this emotional, this is your emotional guidance system. And your emotional guidance system tells you, I don't know how I feel about this anymore. I'm not so sure about this anymore. Or, oh, I don't like how this conversation is going. Oh, I'm not comfortable being here. I'd rather be somewhere else. I'd rather be anywhere else. You know, that kind of thing. If the more you follow that, the louder that voice gets and the clearer those messages get. The less you follow that, the quieter they get and the more difficult it is for you to recognize your own feelings and your own impulses and your own dharma in this life, the path that you came to live. So Spirit is saying, don't silence your emotional guidance system, and don't hesitate to follow it. Okay. Now let's get some clarifiers for beautiful Aquarius, for the Aquarius family for the month ahead. Please show me Aquarius in this month ahead. Thank you, Spirit. All right. The Five of Pentacles is clarified with the Four of Cups. It's again that kind of grieving emotional energy where, you know, kind of feeling left out. The Ten of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. So that's a feeling of being trapped. And again, that Ten of Pentacles, I knew I had. It's such a good card usually, you know, and it feels like it was a good card at one time, but you've definitely outgrown it or found it to not be what you had hoped it would be, right? The Hierophant is clarified with the Eight of Cups. This is walking away from what no longer serves. The Six of Cups is clarified with the Tower, taking your mask off, taking a mask off, allowing structures in your life to fall away. King of Swords, clarified with the Hierophant. So you have the Hierophant twice. I find that very interesting. Again, like I said, the Hierophant doesn't come out all the time. Beautiful. Yeah. The Ten of Cups is clarified with the Three of Wands. Justice is clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. Princess of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands. So really this would be the Page of Cups in any other deck. They just call them the princesses. So it's Page of Cups, Page of Wands. So new beginning, your advice being to start something new. And I'll tell you, two cards did want to come out that time. So we'll just pull it out. The Six of Swords, going toward a more peaceful place, going toward calmer waters. So we'll look at those together. All right. So Five of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is clearly there's a little bit of grieving being done here. You know, it's usually a card of apathy or not caring too much or not being overly happy with what it is that you've created, but not here, not in this deck. This clearly is your emotions, this water being poured out of your skull. You know, this could be tears. And looking down at your heart, you know, this could be a great disappointment. You know, this could be, gosh, what am I going to do now? But kind of hard to navigate even what to do now because you're still processing seeing your heart on the ground like that for some of you. You know, there's always hope. Like you have your head down here and you have your head down here, but Spirit who accompanies you is definitely looking forward. Spirit is telling you, don't worry. You know, it's like there's one set of footprints on the sand kind of thing, right? And this is a very temporary situation. The Five of Pentacles is very, very temporary because this is an energy of changing and shifting, like I said. And it's just right, you know, it's halfway to the World card or the Wheel of Fortune card, depending on what part of the higher arcana you're looking at. So it's right in the midst. It's like a mini change, right? In the midst of a cycle. So it's just a minor adjustment that's needed. Also, you have a roof over your head in this card here, like a canopy, which shields you from the darkness, basically. And you have the light above your head here. So you are being shielded, you are being guided, you know, and this is just a temporary situation that's needed, baby bird, I feel like saying for some of you. And then the Ten of Pentacles, that kind of safe, contained, traditional, what's expected of you, full of roses that smell good and fragrant, and it looks great from the outside, but every rose has its thorn. Maybe it's not so great on the inside, right? The Eight of Swords. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith version of the Eight of Swords, it's a woman who is blindfolded and tied up, and she's surrounded by swords all around her, and she's standing in a little puddle of water, which is her emotions, and she can't move. She's fearful to move. That's her emotions. She's fearful to move because she doesn't understand what's going to happen, what's coming next, even where she is, or how she can change the situation, how she can even find her way out. It's a real conundrum. And I love that this Eight of Swords is a different, it's a very different representation of that. And for me, that is Spirit saying, I'm choosing this deck for you to show you that you are not trapped, that you do know your way out. You can find your way out. It's not as complicated as it seems. I just feel you saying it's complicated. It's not as complicated as it seems. If this is a job that you've been relying on for a long time, but your heart's really not in it, Princess of Cups, this is Spirit saying, don't be afraid to start over again, especially since you have 2 pages in your advice, position here. So, whatever it is that's been holding you down, doesn't have to hold you down anymore. You're free to do what you've always wanted to do. Allow your inner child out. Bring your inner child out. And then you have another 8. So you have 2 8s here, the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. And that 8 energy is the Strength card. So it is, the 8 in the Major Arcana is the Strength card. So this is you finding strength, you being forced into a position of fortitude so that you can recognize your own strength and capabilities. I feel that this crown of cups on her head in the Eight of Cups is like this open crown of the Hierophant. Your emotions that you're experiencing right now is allowing Spirit to give you messages, allowing Spirit to give you downloads and guidance that you otherwise wouldn't have. It's almost as if you're cracking open to receive guidance from Spirit. The Eight of Cups also is walking away from what no longer serves you. And again, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith version of the Eight of Cups, there's somebody with a bunch of cups. So some are cracked, some are spilt, some are broken, behind him. And he's just walking away from all of them, walking away from the cups that sustained him for so long, because they don't anymore. And I really feel that here with you, what sustained you for so long, or what you worked so hard for. It doesn't matter. Whatever work you put into it, it's not lost. It's serving you in another way. And having achieved this Ten of Pentacles moment, it won't be lost if you walk away from it. It will grow you to be even more authentically you, and more empowered and closer to Spirit. Who doesn't want to be closer to Spirit? That's where the real blessings are. And when you walk away from something that keeps you from Spirit, I'm getting, then you're only doing yourself a favor. I really feel that. So it's really a mixed blessing for you, because it's hard for you to deal with this energy, but it's what you must deal with. And I really see that with the Tower. The Tower can be very, very scary, because structures that you've relied on, or a structure that you relied on, a community, a thing, a person, a relationship, a home, a belief system that you relied on for so long, with the Six of Cups, maybe your whole life, is going to fall down, is falling down. Masks are coming off. It's not able to hold you up anymore. You don't even, for some of you, you won't even have to walk away from what no longer serves. You're just being reassured this is falling because it doesn't serve you anymore, or it doesn't serve Spirit anymore. It feels like For some of you, a church is falling, and it's because it doesn't serve spirit anymore, you know. So again, also with the tower, this is a real beautiful energy, because right after the tower comes the star, and that's your beautiful card, Aquarius. Now, we don't have the star here, but the star always comes after the tower, and that's the card of guidance and healing, you know. So I feel like you can't begin to heal some part of yourself, perhaps your inner child, until you go through a tower moment, right? And the tower is coming quickly. There's a swift energy of tower, because obviously your path ends with new energy. Within a month, you're going to have a whole new world, or you're going to be looking at a whole new world. You're going to be experiencing a whole new world. Now, the King of Swords with the Hierophant, again, this is a judgment in your favor, right? With the King of Swords, this is authority. But this is also you communicating, you saying your words, you opening up to allow others to see you or hear you. And look at the hands here. Here, you're holding your sword up like this, and you're holding your shield hand with your hand down here. And here he's got his hand pointing up like the sword, and he's pointing his hand down like this. They literally are mirroring one another. These cards are mirroring one another. So this is saying, the Hierophant energy, this energy that on one hand, it's an external person or system that ostensibly is here to connect you to spirit, Hierophant, right? And on the other hand, this King of Swords, this true connection to spirit, again, look at his crown chakra, how open it is, right? So I feel like, you know, you are trading in using another advocate or intermediary and going straight to the source. You know, for a lot of you, for others of you, you are learning a lot. Hierophants teach. They're teachers and leaders and guides. So you are receiving right guidance. Here it was wrong guidance, perhaps. Here it is right guidance, right? But I don't recommend that you trade one guide for another, one teacher for another, one guru for another, if you need to process some type of grieving or navigate some type of change. You don't want to just jump right into a new situation that mirrors the old one. Yeah, you want to find the truth within yourself and connect directly to spirit and allow your path to unfold before you. Allow spirit to take the wheel for a while. You know, after a tower, spirit does need to take the wheel for a while. But I do think that, you know, you are being told to pray, meditate, walk in nature, practice yoga, whatever it is that connects you to spirit. Yeah, you will need that. Even if it's just exercising, right? Or reading, you know, books that are uplifting, or listening to solfeggio music, or, you know, high frequency music or something like that. The 10 of Cups clarified with the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is it's an opportunity to move forward and taking that opportunity. You know, the 2 of Wands is a portal. So when one door closes, another door opens, and the 3 of Wands is striking out onto a new path toward your dreams and wishes and fulfillment. Yeah, it's taking the first step. Sometimes the first step is the hardest, you know, and this 3 of Wands specifically talks to me about 3 following the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands being that portal opening, and the 3 of Wands is you trusting yourself enough to know, I can walk this path alone. I can walk this new path. Spirit has opened this path for me. I am worthy of this path. I am brave. You know, I'm strong. All those things. There, you know, it's like you overcoming something so that you have the courage to take the hardest step, which is the first step on the path to, you know, a higher octave of your everything, the 10 of Cups. You know, and when I say that, I just can't help but notice this portal is so small on the 10 of Pentacles, and this portal is so much larger. There's something more freeing in this energy. So if you're looking for clarification or clarity, what feels more freeing? And there you will find your 10 of Cups. Yeah. And then the Queen of Pentacles with the Justice. The Queen of Pentacles, all the queens are creators, the creatrix of densified physical manifestation is the Queen of Pentacles. She makes things. She makes the tree grow apples. She makes the forest grow leaves. She makes your crops grow fruits and vegetables, right? So she brings fruition, and she's with justice. Yeah. So the fruition of whatever justice and the King of Swords has determined for you is going to swiftly bring you some type of physical, material reward. So for some of you, this is literally a legal case being found in your favor, and you receiving money because of it. That's just one example, but there is a finding on behalf of you, and it does reward you materially, and that's really, really cool. And then for your advice, you have 2 pages. You have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. In this card, or in this deck, it's the Princess of Cups. So this is a beginning. This is opening yourself up to what you're passionate about, Wands, and what you love and you cherish, Cups. So it's follow your bliss, follow your passion, follow what gets you up early in the morning and keeps you up late at night. If there's something that you are obsessing about, because this can be a card of like really into something right now. Go down that path. And with the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is Spirit is co-creating with you. Spirit is taking you to that place. All you have to do is one small part, and Spirit will moor you across. Imagine it with the Princess of Cups. Talk about it. Think about it. Plan it out with the Page of Wands. Work for it with the Page of Wands, right? Do a little bit of work and a little bit of imagining and, asking Spirit, a little bit of prayer, and Spirit moors you across the waters to your new life, basically, is the Six of Wands. So it's, the Six of Swords. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful energy. This actually says you do not have to row the boat yourself. You just have to tell Spirit where you want to go, and you're going to get there. So, the advice then is to tell Spirit where you want to go and what you want, right? All right, so let's get an oracle card for the Aquarius family for the month ahead. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Skull of Stars. So there's your star card, beautiful Aquarius. Infinite possibilities. So yes, don't be limited. Don't allow the limitation of that 10 of Pentacles, that dream job, dream relationship, dream living situation, whatever it is, right? It's just too small of a portal for you. You've outgrown it. Maybe you outgrew it really quickly, and that's okay. That's okay. Whatever it is, just understand you have a skull of stars. All the infinite possibilities in the cosmos is here for you. Spirit co-creates with you, and you don't have those desires for nothing. Spirit wants your desires, wants your input into what to make next. Everything doesn't manifest immediately, but it will never manifest if you don't begin that step of co-creating a new thing with the pages over here. Okay, and let's get some runes for beautiful Aquarius from the All-Father. 3 runes for Aquarius, please, and thank you. 2, 3. All right. Oh, wow. You got 3 runes that I don't think anybody else got this time around, which is really interesting. I don't know if these are clear, because they keep getting repeat runes, whereas these runes are all different this month. So that's exciting. Okay. So you have Dagas, the light of the gods. This is a catalyst, and it's a walk between worlds. It's daybreak and divine messages. So this is a lot here. So Spirit is this must be a really important time for you in your life. And Spirit is telling you that all of this is destined. This is predestined. And you may have gotten your 10 of Pentacles for no other reason than so that you can experience the Tower and ascend to a higher place, honestly. This is like divine messages, and again, a walk between worlds and a catalyst to your future, you know. And then you have Ansus. This is breath. This is the breath of Odin, the blessing of Odin, the blessing of Spirit, wisdom, power, and healing. So like this is, again, I feel this is like the Star card too, you know. This is such good energy. Like you have some difficult energy here that's ushering you into a beautiful and transformative future. Okay. I don't know if you can see this one. This is Laguz. This is your unconscious. It literally means lake, you know, like a deep lake. You can't see under the surface. What's under the surface of you? A need to journey inward to the depths of yourself, that inner child energy, you know, by doing that soul retrieval kind of practice where you just remember who you were as a child, forgive your inner child. For many of you, forgive others who may have hurt your inner child in your perception, you know, whatever it is that you might be dealing with that could be blocking you off from that inner child energy. You know, you're being called to go deeper, to go deeply into the depths of yourself, to journey inward, and to find that soul retrieval energy. I really got that soul retrieval energy. This is for you, beautiful Aquarius. I love this. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. And you know what? If I'm not mistaken, you had 2 towers in your last reading. So whatever is going on with you, again, I would love to know. Leave a comment. Let me know. I don't always ask that. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.